welcome back to my channel. Guys, I'm back again with another interesting video. A lot of African men are beginning to get worried that Chinese men are marrying African women. A lot of them say that Chinese men want to take over Africa, which is the reason why they are marrying African women. A lot of African men are talking about that. So I'll let you watch this video. After you watch this video, I'll come back and give you my own opinion.
When you see the men of any population coming in large numbers and there's no women coming along with them, who do you think they're going to be with? I mean, come on. Look at the situation right here, even in America. You have all these military-age men that are coming across the southern border every day. Who do you think they're eventually going to be with when they're here? You have to understand, in China, they're overran with men because of their one-child policy they had for a very long time. When two parents would get a child, they find out if it's going to be a boy or a girl. If it's a girl, a lot of times they were getting rid of that child. And because in their society, they prioritize more sons. Like a lot of another country, India is like that, overrun with a bunch of men. So don't be surprised if a bunch of Indian men start coming to the African continent too, because you have all these men and not enough women. So, of course, if they're there, the women's there, yeah, they're going to get with. And yeah, the reason why they are in the villages with all these, you're talking about Chinese children, is because they're working in the mines over there, getting the resources. Well, most of those mines are in the areas where the villages are at. Now, when you look at China, China has always strategized at doing things without using their military. If you ever read the book, The Art of War, it teaches you about waging war without firing a shot. And this is what China has been doing for a very long time with their Belt and Road initiatives, with all their debt trap, loans they have been doing with people. Now, people can say, oh, well, they took the loans. They should have read the agreement. But it's kind of like you giving somebody who can't afford to pay back something a loan, and you say, OK, I'm going to do a predatory loan on you. Right now, since you guys are in the African continent, you make your own laws and rules. Well, maybe you can make a law that says that, in order to be a president or certain, government positions, you have to come from two parents of this particular country. Right. And what I mean by two parents, I mean two African parents that has a lineage to that particular country. And anybody else, well, you can't really do that. You can serve other places, but you can't serve as president. They can say that if that's what they choose to do, if it's becoming a problem.
If you are a viewer of my channel and you are reading comments, you see that there are a lot of comments from African men, even some African women, that will say that the reason why Chinese men are getting married to African women is to take over Africa. They have agenda to take over Africa. Just like this man said, they say that the government of China program Chinese men, Chinese prisoners to come to Africa to marry African women in order for them to have access to African land. Someone recently commented on my recent video saying that the reason why you see a lot of Chinese men getting married to African women is because they want to take over Africa. And I told him, and I asked him, he did not reply me. So African men getting married to Chinese women, so it is also their intention of taking over China, right? Because if you see on the social media, for so long we have seen African men with Chinese women. We have been seeing them everywhere. They make video about that, and when you go under the comment section, you see other African men telling them, please help me find one. I'm also looking for one. Help me find wife. Help me find girlfriend. I'm looking. But now it is the turn of African women. It becomes that they want to take over Africa. Honestly, I feel like anybody harboring this is not thinking straight, because I feel like main reason why it is happening like this is because they can easily get wife in Africa. That is the reason why they are going to Africa. Again, the similarity in the culture between Africa and China made it very easy for them to go to Africa. You see, a lot of all these women married to Chinese men, they are there doing house shows, doing a lot of things, and Chinese netizens love them. A lot of Chinese men are also planning to use matchmakers to go to Africa to go and get married. The funniest thing is that for so long long we have been looked down on. You know that in African culture, they force women to learn how to do house chores. We have been doing these house chores, cooking, doing all the cleaning without anybody appreciating us. Now, other people have seen that thing and be appreciating it, be very appreciative of it, and now they have problem. They are tagging it that they want to take over Africa. And mind you, it's not just Chinese men, it's even white men. If you go on TikTok and see the numbers of white men getting married to African women, you will buckle up as an African man. If this continue like this, you guys will have a lot of challenges to even see a good African woman to marry. You know why? Because of the upbringing, the training given to African women that a lot of African men have never valued. Now people are finding value in it. I feel like there's this big exchange of culture. If I'm being fair, I feel like this is not just an African men thing or African men thing. I feel like this is just men thing, because even here in China, when you see a couple that is Chinese woman and African man, or Chinese woman and black man, or even white man, you see a lot of Chinese men in the comment section insulting, telling them to go to Africa to start their family. They shouldn't start their family in China. So I feel like it's a men thing. It's a men thing to always voice out and be like and be threatened when some group of men are going after their women. But if you're appreciative of your women, why are you scared? At the end of anything, I feel like every man is assigned to marry one woman. So once you're married or you have a wife, why are you stopping others to find love? But guys, I want to know what you think in the comment section. Happy New Week to all of you. Thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you guys for supporting me. Check out a lot of videos I have made. I am going everywhere doing anything to make sure that I bring you interesting story and also encourage you to be bold enough and confident to go for your heart desire. Thank you guys for watching, and see you guys in my next one. Love you.